Alright, we're taking a little break from Neuro, and we're gonna react to Nigella Lawson. So pretty, but can she make ramen? Let's go.
Yes, another British chef
That's loud.
making Asian. Yes, another British chef making Asian food. Uncle Roger gonna review Nigella Lawson making ramen.
I'm in no mood for that noise and chaos of a noodle bar, so I make my own.
Oh my god,
is
her
it?
face and kitchen so pretty.
I've never heard of a noodle bar before, but I want to go to one now because I love noodles and pasta. Yeah.
Nigella Lawson is MILF. Mother I like to fry rice for. But can she make ramen? Let's see. Let's see. Before we start, do you know my nephew Nigel have his own podcast channel? And sometimes he review things also. Like this one. Click it.
I've been told in no uncertain...
Hi, just start video, and I already see it BBC. And also, why she hang all the calendar from the ceiling? Hi, Nigella, you millionaire woman, but you can't afford one drawer.
We hang our pots.
terms that no Japanese
like our
person would ever make ramen at home.
pans.
The thing is, when I need the cosseting that only a bowl of ramen can give, I'm in no mood for that noise and chaos of a noodle bar.
Uncle Roger have to admit, this is the most beautiful kitchen I've seen. This kitchen too sexy. This not atmosphere for making food. This atmosphere for making baby. How many Christmas lights you need to make ramen?
So I make my own. And I start with the Japanese broth, dashi.
Dashi, okay, correct, good start. But this camera guy, I think he know what he doing. Yes, of course it a he. Why showing us this angle? I think
girl.
all my nephew, third leg standing up now. Hiya, pay attention to food, not to the two other thing. Niece and nephew, don't be dirty. Uncle Roger watching this video because I like ramen,
talking
not
a
for
lot
any
about
other
it.
reason.
And what goes in is all important. Dried shiitake mushrooms already sliced.
See that angle again?
And we are firmly back in the universe of umami now. And some ginger, a lot of ginger. Some might say an excessive
said this, but I don't
amount
like
of ginger,
ginger.
but I can never have too much of its spicy warmth.
Okay, I like that she don't even measure. She just use feeling. Or as chef once say, she just throw.
You just throw.
But why this motion at the end? I think this just for camera. When Uncle Roger say use finger, that's not what I mean. Proper chef, super busy in restaurant. No time for elegant fingering.
So I don't soak the dried mushrooms because I do it as I cook. This needs to come to a boil, but first it'll stir, and I can't, I should be ashamed to admit, eat with chopsticks, but I can stir with one.
I couldn't eat with chopsticks
course
for
you
so...
can't eat.
Okay, funny story. Not really, but it is to me. There was like this chopstick kind of competition when I was in middle school, I think. And I couldn't eat with chopsticks for shit. But I still won the competition. I didn't know how to use them. And my middle school teacher, she gave me these like fancy chopsticks. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the ones she gave me are supposed to be used for like hair decoration and stuff. But I still like them.
Eat with chopstick.
They're
You're
cute.
supposed to use two of them. I think Nigella don't know how chopstick work. Who stir with one chopstick? So weird. That like wearing only one shoe. Nigella, why don't you give Uncle Roger your phone number and address?
May as
I
well
send you my
start with a
chopsticks for
spoon
free.
rather than chopsticks.
Ex-wife Auntie Helen, gone for good. So Uncle Roger available.
And just about the one thing I remember from physics at school, thank you, Mr. Clark, is that if you put a lid on,
You're welcome, Mr. Clark.
everything comes to the boil faster.
If that's the only thing you remember from physics, then Mr. Clark fucked up. Niece and nephew, don't go to that school.
To be fair, I hated science. That shit's like out of my brain unless something super relevant comes up. Same with math. Math can just fuck off.
And it boils. And you can see the mushrooms
how
are
that
beginning to
works.
plump up, but they're going to plump up even more and lose their flavour into the broth. So
Wait, what? What? Replay?
they're going to plump up even more and lose their flavour into the broth.
You only put mushroom in broth for 2 minutes and you think it's gonna flavor the broth? Hiya, that's not enough time. What reality you live in?
If there, it looked like there was a cut there, so it was probably longer than 2 minutes.
The mushroom just met the broth. They don't even have time to befriend yet. Where's the flavor? You need an hour at least.
Lid on, so everything stays trapped in the pan. This is baby pak choy, but
Why her knife so small?
any leafy greens like this would do.
Asian cooking, we love using big knife. It's faster. Your knife so small, by the time you finish cutting, there will be COVID-20.
But I make it like this because the first time I ever cooked it, I came back home one evening.
Nigella is saying to all the
Seriously?
nephew out there, don't think dirty, or else this is what I'm gonna do to your third leg.
I came back home one evening so ravenous and just opened the fridge and opened my cupboards, and this is what I had.
Her fridge only have bok choy. Hiya.
I am all about the radishes these days. Always have them in the fridge. Food of the gods.
Food of God? No. Food of the God is MSG. God don't like radish. God like magic white powder. I hear Nigella like the magic white powder also.
I am all about the radishes these days. Food of the gods.
Radish is food of rabbit, not food of God. If radish is food of God, Uncle Roger rather go to hell.
What is the Chinese zodiac?
And now
signs? Oh,
into this
ramen is
delicate
one of
but
them, I
deep
think.
broth goes
Not deep, no flavor.
Some
of the baby
people,
pak choy.
At least I know some people write about like the zodiacs being gods or goddesses or somewhere equal to them. But that has absolutely nothing to do with this video. That just has to do with my brain knowing stuff.
along with the peppery juiciness of the radishes.
This woman really like her radish. Is she lobbyist for big radish? Usually for ramen, the topping and broth you make separately. Because if bok choy in broth too long, it becomes soggy and gross. Also, nobody really put radish in ramen. Hiya.
And now a final flurry of flavourings to augment what's already in the pan. A husky hit of miso.
A husky hit?
A husky hit of miso.
Uncle Roger like watching this video because I'm learning so many new English words. Who knew husky hit just meant tablespoon? This woman English so good. Uncle Roger gonna call it my microwave from now on.
Milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave. A dash of soy.
Oh, that's not enough.
Microwave reminds me of when Gordon Ramsay killed Mike.
And the merest drop of toasted sesame oil.
No,
Like the
don't
microwave.
put mirrors drop high. You small, so stingy, this woman. Is she trying to save money? Also, she have her own crazy measurement system.
A husky hit of dash and the merest drop.
Hiya, just say use feeling. She described her cooking like she writing poem. Is she chef or is she English teacher?
And the leaves of the baby pak choy go in. And another stir.
One chopstick again.
The leaves need the merest wilting and miso mustn't be boiled.
Miso cannot boil, she correct. But this not right way to make flavoring for your ramen soup. Japanese people, they call this soup flavoring tare. Tare is the most important element in ramen. Ramen without tare is like Uncle Roger without orange polo. Or like Jamie Oliver without chili jam. If your ramen don't have tare, you fucked up. But tare not made like this. You make the miso tare separately and then put in bowl at the end. Stirring in miso paste is not making proper tare. Hiya, Nigella, just use MSG. Don't bother with your half-ass miso flavoring. MSG make everything better, including your shit ramen skill.
My ramen requires 2 more elements. First, an egg.
The air element and the water element.
Egg too white. You need to marinate.
Second, noodles. I mean, I cooked these before.
Noodle. Usually ramen noodle, yellow in color. Why this noodle so white? Kinda sus. I think it not ramen noodle.
But it doesn't matter that they're cold because the heat of the broth will warm them.
The sound is so
I could eat
wrong.
this just as it is, but I feel it incumbent upon me to arrange it in a calming Japanese order.
Where got calming? Where got calming? This bowl of noodles stressing Uncle Roger out.
Arrange it in a calming Japanese order.
You call this arranging. You're not arranging, you're just poking. Uncle Roger never say, I gonna arrange my table and then go.
What? Okay.
All that remains for me to do is
Okay, egg yolk a bit runny, it perfect. I give her that.
sprinkle over the green parts of a spring onion
Spring onion, good, good.
and a little bit of dried chili.
Dry chili. Uncle Roger would prefer using dry chili to make your tare instead of sprinkling at end. More flavor.
And I don't want to puncture the mood of cosy serenity, but I do have a comedy contraption with which to eat my ramen.
What
Is
the
she
fuck
using
was that?
Spock?
That, okay. Pause. That is the single most hideous spork I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I get that it's like actually useful because like you can puncture, as she said, the food, and you can also use it as a spoon and like a proper spoon, but it is still the most single hideous spoon fork I've ever seen. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Spock for ramen. Maybe that's why Nigella don't go to noodle bar anymore. She banned from all of them because she bring her own Spock there.
Fork for the noodles, spoon for the broth. Or let's just cut out the middleman.
Ramen have 5 components. Soup, tare, noodle, topping, and oil. Soup, she used dashi. Okay. Tare don't exist. You can't just put miso in and call it tare. Noodle. It looked like she used wrong type of noodle. Topping, egg and spring onion. Okay. Oil. She only used 2 drops of sesame oil. Not enough. So she only get 2 out of 5 components right. At least this ramen somewhat homemade. She didn't just use instant ramen and put topping on there. So still better than Jamie Oliver and his packet rice. Nigella, Uncle
There's
Roger
some good
single now.
instant ramens out
Hopefully
there.
one day I can make egg fried rice for you. Come get husky hit of Uncle Roger.
What a perfect thing to pause on. Anyways, this is Dantelios signing out. Bye-bye.